$5 Friday. That means $5 mezzanine tickets, $5 nachos, $5 mixed drinks, and $5 off a purchase of $20 or more. It's $5 Friday with the Lincoln Stars at the Icebox on Friday, November 7th versus the Fargo Force. Get your tickets today at LincolnStars.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. It's a good sense Friday here at The Ticket. Big game this weekend. True freshman TJ Lateef will step in for the injured Dylan Riola as they travel to UCLA Rose Bowl Stadium. Bock, you've been there.
Absolutely.
How is it?
Oh, I love the Rose Bowl. Now, I went to the Coliseum as well. If you're going to do one or the other, I would suggest the Coliseum. It's a little more aesthetically pleasing. But, you know, if you know about college football, the history of the Rose Bowl, that kind of put college football on the map all the way back. I think it was the 1921 or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But
that's how much historic it is?
Yeah. There's so much history in the Rose Bowl. It's not particularly like, it's not like one of these new stadiums with screens everywhere and easy to walk around. I mean, it's California, so there's palm trees within the stadium vicinity, which is nice. You get a kind of tailgate on a golf course nearby. Beautiful area of Los Angeles, obviously in Pasadena. So it's a destination game for a lot of people, especially when Nebraska added UCLA. Well, I should say the Big Ten added them to the conference. It's like, all right, well, that's an excuse to go out to LA. So I hope a lot of people, if they make it, we've talked about the travel stuff might be getting kind of tough here with the government shutdown, but
looks worse today, don't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. You brought it up yesterday. Yeah, I just kind of poo-pooed it.
You thought I was just throwing dirt on you or something. Or you like, yeah, Terrell's just trying to find something to talk about. No, it's actually
it's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem in the United States today. But when we talk about the Rose Bowl, UCLA is getting sued. I don't know what by the state of California, by the state of the city of Pasadena. I think they're trying to move to what's the name of that?
Stadium.
SoFi Stadium. That's a much up-to-date stadium.
Yeah.
Whose stadium is that?
So that's the Rams Stadium. They've signed like a deal with the Rose Bowl to keep it at UCLA, which is it's a problem. As great as the Rose Bowl is, UCLA students it don't typically go. I mean, you don't get a whole lot of people there. I went for the UCLA Colorado game. That was very cool, but there was a lot of like Colorado contenders there. Yeah, Deion. People wanted to go see Deion. But the attendance isn't always great. I think we'll probably see, as long as the airlines agree with Husker fans, maybe more Husker fans than UCLA fans there. But so they've got an agreement with the Rose Bowl. I think it's till like 2044. I mean, it's a long one, and they're already trying to kind of consider breaking it again because of the problems they have getting there. I'm kind of torn between that too. What they really need, and people would say, okay, SoFi Stadium would be new, that'd be nice. I don't know if you'd get a whole lot more people. Again, it's not on campus. They need an on-campus stadium.
Yeah. I wish they would. I mean, this is when you talk about the Rose Bowl, it's old. It's a historical thing that, man, it goes back a long time.
Yeah.
And when you see the up-to-date stuff that even Nebraska has modernized a lot of stuff that they have to do to their stadium. I mean, when you get these old stadiums, even probably the Coliseum, that's on campus though for USC, ain't it?
Yeah, and both of them I was just a little underwhelmed by at least the or the screens, I should say. Nebraska has always been, Nebraska's just a great stadium. I don't know how good we know if we have it. Those kind of corner screens that they have, especially, and then of course the big one, it's such a good vantage point. And I kind of went away with, I think from both those games, I think there's just one on, I'm trying to remember if there's a screen. I think there's just a screen on one end of each of them. So it's a little bit of a different, again, viewing experience. It's historic. It's fun. There's a, my favorite broadcaster, many people's favorite broadcaster, the best college football broadcaster of all time, Keith Jackson's statue is out in front of the Rose Bowl. Of course, he would say the granddaddy of them all, which was a lot of fun. So there's a lot of history to it. Again, it's a beautiful area of town, but as far as like settling in on it, just don't be surprised or don't expect what you see in kind of the newer stadium.
All right, Bock. Good game. It's going to be tomorrow night on Fox. Late kickoff. How do you feel about these late games like this, Bock?
I don't think it's a problem for Nebraska. Again, when out in there in LA, it's still going to be sunny. Be about 5 o'clock. So you wait into getting into the second half. Maybe you start to see the sun go down or whatever. But I mean, it's fine. I think Nebraska will have been adjusted. And then for us here, I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, we always talk about the crowd at home. You're gonna have to stay up late and watch it. But I kind of like it. It's a bit of a change. And if you kind of look at it. This week, as far as the schedule lines up, it's not a great week of college football, but if you're kind of looking at college football fans in general, want to stay up, watch some Pac-12 after dark, as it used to be called, UCLA out there. This is the game in the late slot. I think the other ones, you look at anything starting 8 and after, UNLV at Colorado State, that's not going to quite do it. You got Sam Houston at Oregon State on the CW network. Nebraska at UCLA at 8 o'clock is the game to watch. In that time slot to finish off college football. So it's a game that otherwise I don't know if you would get that, right? I mean, I just don't know if there would be as much intrigue in it where these teams are. So I think it's a great spot for Nebraska to be this week. And again, you're going to get a national audience on a big 3-letter network on Fox here. So it's perfect in that way. And it's an LA night. I mean, it's much better than being an 8 o'clock game in Lincoln. We'll put it that way.
Well, it's California, so it's gonna be more things to do. You probably got the Lakers playing. You probably got who else? What else basketball? The Golden State.
Well, they got the Clippers.
They got the Clippers. Yeah. Then
the beach is always something to compete with.
The Raiders. It's just people coming to concerts. You never know. All right, Bock, we're gonna talk more about that later because I got some questions I want to ask you. We're gonna play a little game later on in the show. I'm gonna call it What If.
What if?
What if with TJ Lateef?
Ooh.
It's gonna be a lot of what ifs with him. But Bock, let's talk. I want to talk about something I seen while I stroll. I love reading articles. I love just reading in general. I think the older you get, the more you should read to help stimulate your brain and help you, just remember a lot of things. They say reading is good for you, and I like to read different things. But this one right here hits the wall with me, Bock. Tom Brady revealed his dog Junie was cloned from beloved pet Lua, who died in 2023. Colosso's Bioscience, Bock, which Brady is an investor in, cloned a pit bull mix using a blood sample collected prior to her death. How crazy did that sound, Bock?
It certainly sounds crazy. It's not the first time. The further I went to kind of look into this story, I found out it's not, this isn't the first time it happened. Apparently, Paris Hilton, also an investor in Colossal, has done this in 2023 with her dog. Barbara Streisand, I guess, said she had done this twice back in 2018. So we're seeing a little bit more of it. And I, again, of course, had to dig further in to kind of see if you recognize Colossal, if you've heard of that. They kind of popped up as a story months ago. I think late 2024 is when it was, because they're trying to birth 3 direwolf pups, if you remember that. They also hope to bring back the woolly mammoth, the dodo bird, more on that. So it's definitely interesting. Their goal is to fix extinction, among other goals. So you got to look out for that. But again, further doing some research, I found out the world's first cloned dog was back in 2005, and the first cloned animal was Dolly the sheep in 1996. So it's been going on a little bit further back than I thought. But when I first saw the headline, that's exactly what I thought. Like, man, are we living in the future that Tom Brady's talking about his cloned dog right here? By the way, shout out to my dog Rondo right now, 14 years old today. I need to get him cloned pretty quickly.
I guess he's old. Right?
He's getting there, yeah.
But excuse me, Bock. How long do clone animals live?
I don't know. I'm guessing just a normal rate. So hopefully whatever. But maybe there's not. Maybe they're more sickly. I don't know. It doesn't. It sounds like you're probably there. It's still in somewhat of the initial phases. I know I talked about going back a few years there, but it's not obviously commonplace, and it's not something that most people can afford either. Apparently, to do this through the company, it cost you about $50,000 to do it. So
would you clone yourself, Bob?
Would I clone myself?
Yeah. If you was given so much time to live, would you clone yourself? If you was rich, would you clone yourself?
I don't know if that would be my first pick.
Yeah.
I might clone somebody else first. I don't know. It's not like you get to live through them, right? Apparently, like as they're talking about it, they have the same like features, right? Like physically and all that. But they say, even with the dogs, there's still the nature versus nurture part of that. So, naturally you're going to have a lot of the same things, but environment, all that stuff kind of plays in. So you might get a little bit of a different personality and all that.
Let me think about this part of it. It was a movie. I don't know who played it. Michael Keaton, somebody about the clone. It was like 6 of them. It was
look it up. I don't know.
It was a long time ago. I'm trying to say what the name of that movie was. I remember it was probably almost 15 years ago, probably 20.
The Multiplicity, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it. Who played in that?
Yeah, it was Michael Keaton.
Thank you, Buck. I am a movie extraordinaire. When I tell you I remember stuff like this.
I've never heard of this.
You see, and I said the same actor. Look how Buck I need to be on Jeopardy or something. I do.
Well, and I was trying to think, and people on the text line are pointing that out too. Multiplicity. People remember. I would have checked this one out. Apparently, each duplicate has different personalities, and it causes problems. So that sounds interesting. But more maybe so than cloning myself. I think Husker Nation might want to put $50,000 together to clone you, Terrell. I mean, we need another Terrell out there on the field. We can, again, the nurture part of it, got to raise some Husker fans and all that. But we can get you and Ndamukong Suh, some of the athletes together.
We need to clone the top 11 defensive stars at Nebraska ever and just put them on the field. No, I'm just saying, I wouldn't do that, Buck.
You wouldn't clone yourself?
Probably, not if I can't remember anything. I mean, I don't know.
Now, to be fair, too, it costs like $50,000 to do like a cat or a dog. I think it's closer to like $100,000 to do a horse or something like that. So if you did a human, I think, or attempting to, they might charge you a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Yeah, Bach, I wouldn't do it. Somebody says, I don't know what Hammer B says. She's pet my what? No, I'm not going to read that.
I don't know what that means.
Bach says, Bach, what'd you say, Bach? I wouldn't clone myself.
Yeah, we need to clone you. I think Husker Nation will agree.
I would probably clone Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah. I wouldn't clone a dog, though.
No?
Uh-uh.
Well, I mean, at least it's, if your valued family pet, it'd be a little bit different. But it is kind of weird because, my dog, and if I considered it, he's a Chihuahua. I could also just go get a Chihuahua that looks similar, right? I mean, I don't know. That would cost me significantly less than $50,000.
Oh, yeah. So that's a quote from the movie. Okay.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm still not going to say that. Bill and Bennett says, don't break your arm patting yourself on the back, Blackshirt. It wasn't that good of a movie.
Oh, it's not a good movie.
Well, it's an old school. All old movies are not good. Some are good. I went to sleep the other night watching Norbert, and I like Norbert.
Oh yeah, Norbert's good.
Yeah, so I watched that for a little while. Then I get to the point now where I don't sleep with my TV on. You know what I'm saying? I have to turn it off when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I do that too. I just don't have time for too many movies. I mean, just between watching sports and wrestling, which I keep on weekly because I do a weekly wrestling show. I find it hard to get into a movie. Once in a while, I'll get one going. My wife, hadn't watched American Psycho yet, so we made it halfway through that, and she gave up on it and left. But
the thing is, Bach, you when you watch movies at home, you can't watch them laying down. You have to sit. You got to sit in a chair, something like a little lazy boy or something like that, and don't let it back. but you have to sit up because if you lay down watching the movie's going to be watching you.
How many movies, and because I was thinking about this last night when I put that movie on, is how many movies can you watch, like rewatch? Would you be more interested in rewatching a classic that you know is going to be good, or do you like to take a chance with something you hadn't seen, you don't know what's coming up next?
I don't like rewatching movies that much.
Yeah, I don't either.
One I do like to rewatch is probably Rudy. You know, I watch. Sometimes I get in the mood. I say, "Oh, let's watch Rudy again."
Yeah.
Or
that one brings tears to your eyes, right?
Yeah, I cried during watching that. Hill has not the
Hill has eyes. Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah,
that's one of your favorites.
One. Yeah. I showed it. I showed it to Jake the other day. It's an Australian movie. It's Wolf Creek.
Oh, okay.
2. I like watching that one. That one right there is probably one of the most gruesome movies you probably ever see, Bock. And I showed it to Jake. The opening trailer, I showed it to Jake. And Jake loved it.
See, he does.
Yeah. He was scared, too.
So it's really gory.
Yeah, he was real scary, too. I knew he was scared because the way he just looked at it. But I love that movie, though.
See, I like horror movies. I like the thrill of it. I'm once it's just gory for gore's sake, it kind of loses me a little bit. So, but I've got to see that. You've been talking about that for a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, Wolf Creek. It's on Tubi.
Yeah, I should check that out.
Yeah, it's on Tubi.
The second one, you said Wolf Creek 2 is better than Wolf Creek 1?
Yeah, Wolf Creek 2.
Okay.
I never watched Wolf Creek 1. I've seen Wolf Creek 2 probably 2 or 3 times, and at first I had got it as a DVD from somebody. I got it from somebody a long time ago, and I didn't know it was out that long. So, but it's a great movie. This is a real gory, scary movie that probably don't want to eat popcorn when you're watching it. So, just.
Why haven't you watched Wolf Creek?
I don't know. I just
haven't got to it.
Yeah. Once I watch something and it got a number 1, I don't want to watch the number 1.
You already know number 2.
Yeah, because I already know I've seen number 2. Yeah. So that's just the good part of it.
It is interesting how we do that too. There's certain like series. Of course, series are big as opposed to movies these days. That I'll start watching and they'll be like, "Oh, this is a great series. You got to watch it. This is like the 4th season." I'll start watching that, then you go backwards. That's how I did Game of Thrones. I watched like season 4 through 6 first, and then watch 1 through 3. So it's interesting. It's tough to go back sometimes. Sometimes it can add some context to what you didn't know what you were watching, though.
Yeah, you're right, Bock. A disturbing horror movie, but great. Garrett and Lincoln. He's probably talking about Wolf Creek. So yeah, Wolf Creek 2. So yeah, it's very disturbing. But we're gonna go to break, Bock, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about Luke Fickell, new deal. We're gonna talk about what you and Adam was talking about, Texas Tech. And all this money, where it's coming from. And have they set the blueprint for college football to build a team with money, Bock? With money. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Come watch the Lincoln Stars on November 7th as the Fargo Force comes to town for $5 Friday. That means $5 mezzanine tickets, $5 nachos, $5 mixed drinks, and $5 off a purchase of $20 or more. It's $5 Friday with the Lincoln Stars at the Icebox on Friday, November 7th versus the Fargo Force. Get your tickets today at lincolnstars.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a few sprinkles possible. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds and breezy conditions with a high near 66. Tonight, slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, the low around 42. And tomorrow, a chance of showers in the morning, otherwise decreasing clouds and windy, the high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Barrett
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crew out there working hard throughout Lincoln, Nebraska, and the Omaha area. Bock, a lot of Texans are naming a lot of movies that I haven't seen. Unmasked Texas says, Google Human Centipede if you want to see a scary and extreme movie.
I have never seen
Don't
it.
read the, okay, yeah.
I've never seen it. I never will. I've had it explained to me before.
Are you?
You're going to have to Google that yourself.
You don't like scary, gory movies?
This one is a different category. Again, you're going to have to Google that yourself. I don't want to explain it. It's disgusting.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it. I will not.
Did you look it up?
I've looked it up before. Yes. People that know this movie are laughing right now because when you look it up, you're going to understand why I never went to see it.
What year did this movie come out, Bob?
I have no clue. Maybe probably 10 or 15 years ago or so.
I haven't heard of it. If I seen it, I probably didn't pay attention to the movie.
If you would have seen it, it would be in your nightmares every night.
Gus Mohawk said Weapons is a great movie on HBO. Highly recommended. Probably good to recommend it, Gus, but I don't have HBO.
Yeah, I have heard that though. People say that's one of the best scary movie at least of the year so far. I do got to check it out. I tuned into it for like 10 minutes and I didn't want to spoil.
What is this? The Walrus? You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen that one either, but I think a few people have mentioned that one.
Okay. I'm not I don't know. Crowbay says no, don't even
Google that. No, you shouldn't.
I don't know.
You might be able to find that one on Tubi too.
I haven't been traumatized by a movie. Probably except Candyman when I was little. You know, like I don't know if you understand Candyman. It's kind of different for me because I'm an African American kid,
yeah.
and you know we never thought we would get a black killer like that or TV. And Candyman scared a lot of people.
Yeah, that was a good one. I it's kind of weird because I watched did you watch the newer one they made?
No,
I watched the newer one they made, and then I went back and watched the older one just to kind of compare. They're both very good, I would say.
Yeah.
Although the end of the newer one I could do with that. But
yeah, I'm not worried about that part. All right, Bock, Luke Fickell signed a not signed a new contract, but will be back.
Yeah, vote of confidence.
Vote of confidence. We'll be back to return to Wisconsin in 26. The decision came with a significant increase in financial investment, Bock. Fickell 4-year record at Wisconsin is 15-19, 1-1 bowl games. When we say it's financial investment, do they invest in the team and try to bring more players in?
I think that's their plan. It's a very interesting situation. I saw, a national report or two saying that this would never happen in the SEC. I mean, you look at Wisconsin right now, they're just they have really gone through a really tough season, obviously. Shut out twice against Iowa and Ohio State in each of the last 2 weeks. You combine that with the Oregon game. They've scored 7 points in the last 3 games, I should say, that they've played. They've been outscored in conference play. Wisconsin has 27-143 as part of their 0-5 record there. It's really interesting because obviously this is a program that has been great for 20 plus years. And every time they kind of get away from physicality being their main thing, this kind of starts to veer off into that. But it is interesting too, because, Barry Alvarez has talked about how he's kind of on behalf of Coach Luke Fickell. You've had the student section fans start to turn on him. And again, for obvious reasons, they've won 2 games so far this year. They're 2-6. They've got ranked Washington coming up, at Indiana, Illinois at home, and at Minnesota. You could lose out. I mean, they might lose all of these games, and to see from the program going from where it is to where it is now is just amazing. But it's like Wisconsin is acknowledging this isn't a Luke Fickell thing. This is a dedication to the football team. The fan, maybe they thought they could get away with not investing as much as maybe other teams in college football have.
You know what's funny?
That hasn't happened.
You know what's funny? They only scored 5 touchdowns in 6 games. Last 6 games. That's what I was laughing at, thinking about that point. But Bock, now when you talk about investing in the team, let's talk about another team that invested. And I think their investment is working off. Has Texas Tech shown the blueprint to everyone on how to build a football team in college football with money, Bock? When we talk about the money part, Texas Tech spent $7 million just on the defensive line. The best defensive lineman Bock makes $2 to $3 million this year just on incentives. He leads the nation in sacks with 11.5. The other guy they got from Georgia Tech, Romeo Height, made $250,000 last year at Georgia Tech. Now he makes 1.5 at Texas Tech. Former player Cody Campbell sold his last 3 oil businesses for a combined $13 billion. He's a former player. He's the top booster, Bock.
Yeah.
The boosters raised $49 million, Bock, from July of 24 to July 25. Between three people, $49 million. Probably more than three people. I'm not going to say just three, Bock. But when we talk about this, is this a blueprint or this is a what we say bankruptcy print right here for some teams because everybody don't have the money like these oil guys do. We could probably, Matt Rule probably says we need $40 million to have a roster. But guess what, Bock? Wheat and corn don't sell like oil.
Corn don't sell like oil. That's
corn
right.
don't sell like oil. So they're already at an advantage because of who these people are and what they got.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it a blueprint, but I think everybody would love the blueprint of just to throw money at this at the problem. It is. I mean, that's the modern day, though. I mean, right? That's Texas Tech was not expected to be one of the haves in this kind of cutoff of haves and have-nots, but they had a big booster come out and be kind of all in on football. Like you said, 13 billion. So not legitimately all in. He's got a lot of leftover billion there hanging, a lot of billion hanging around. So he can afford to do it. And that's, I mean, for years, again, I mean, the biggest riddle in Nebraska athletics is to try to get into Warren Buffett's pocket. Never been able to do it. So it certainly would be something for every university would love to have that at their disposal. And you're right. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of success based on some of these transfer portal guys they have in. But I also want to give a shout out to maybe the biggest difference maker, their running back coach. You know who the running back coach is?
Who?
Garrett McGuire.
Get out of here, Bob. He having Pop-Tart day with them over there?
Well, those Pop-Tarts are working. Those Pop-Tarts are working.
He should have went to coach with his dad from the get-go. I don't know why he thought he was a position coach up here at Nebraska, and he was Bock. He did the right thing. Go up under your daddy's shoes and follow him. Do the thing that's right. But Bock, how can teams keep up with this? I mean, I don't think somebody has $40 million to throw away every year. Every year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's going to be tough. And again, Texas Tech being at the top, especially in the Big 12. I mean, you could talk about the SEC and Big 10 teams having resources that can maybe try to keep up with Texas Tech in that avenue. In the Big 12, that's going to be tough. That's what makes this week particularly interesting. To see if BYU can get it done. Arizona State already beat Texas Tech this year, so you figure if BYU wins, they're going to be in that Big 12 championship game. You have to see how some of the other things play out because Texas Tech's still 5-1. The only other one-loss team in the Big 12, Cincinnati. So, they might still be able to get to that Big 12 championship game, and BYU would have to do it all over again. So it's going to be difficult for anybody to keep up with Texas Tech, which is a crazy thing to say. Had you said it just a few years ago, but it is what it is. I mean, I think, again, I think they're here to stay. You look at, certain, like, this is kind of, college football is kind of like Major League Baseball in a way that they don't have a salary cap. It's not equal playing for everybody, right? So
it's like the Dodgers.
It's like the Dodgers, right? So the interesting thing is going to be because the Dodgers don't always win. Now, they've won each of the last 2 years, right? Yankees have won with the top payroll for a long time. But there are years in Major League Baseball where the top payrolls don't win. So when I look at Texas Tech or some of the bigger teams in the SEC and the Big Ten, it's not necessarily that they're going to win. It's that they're going to be there every year. And that's what I expect. Like Ohio State, I don't think it's a coincidence that every time they're expanding the playoff, Ohio State wins. Now, somewhat of a coincidence, but my point is, Ohio State's going to be there year in and year out. They just have everything in place.
Doesn't matter what they spend.
Right. Well, I mean, it somewhat does because they have the money. They're going to be one of the spenders year in and year out. So similar to Texas Tech, similar to the Dodgers and the Yankees, their lows aren't as low as, the Brewers or, whatever team are at the bottom. The Brewers have done well. I don't want to throw them out there. But, some of the smaller market teams, so just the sustainability and the expectation level of dropping to a certain point, they're not going to drop as far. And when they do, it's going to be a quick fix on the other side.
I don't think you spend $49 million every year. I think you spend it 1 or 2 years to booster your competition level that you have. So guys are gonna not. You know what I'm trying to say about the jump started.
Yeah.
So once you jump started, you spend probably $100 million in 2 years. Let's say that. Now you go back to the $20 million roster because now you're playing on even field. You had to spend that money just to attract players. You know, you're not going to spend that every year. I think that was part of the Texas Tech that we probably don't know is that they're probably not going to be able to spend 49. Well, they obviously they have 49 in a year. So I would probably just to jump start at $100 million, but a program like that, they're in the Big 12 though. I mean, just how far do they get nationally when we go into playoff mode? We haven't seen that yet. We probably won't see it this year unless they beat BYU tomorrow because that's going to be a big game for them. When we talk about that, where's this game playing at, Bock?
AT&T Stadium.
No more corn tortillas, Bock. They've been banned.
That's right. I saw that.
They've been banned. Something that I myself was hit with one time in 1996 when we went down to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is they're not fighting back about this, but you know, I can't see Nebraska losing any of our traditions through some type of thing like that.
Well, if you remember a couple of years ago with the helium shortage, they took away the balloons. I mean, so this stuff does happen. This one particularly, Texas Tech, as good as they've been, they've had on-field penalties, like it's cost the team several times this year. Of course, you had the whole dispute with Kansas and whether there was a pocket knife thrown or not. That appears to have not been the case, and Kansas staffer, I think, got in trouble for that. But so I mean, but it is getting to the point, and I don't know. I still expect to see some tortillas. I think people will still sneak some in, but yeah, they're trying to kind of just cut it off right now because it's cost them. I'd be interested to see, because it's cost them just about every game at least 15 yards.
Yeah, or $50,000.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, Bock. When we come back, we're gonna hop into some more talk. Trying to find my list, Bock. How do I want to do this? When I come back, we're gonna talk about Oregon versus Iowa this weekend, Bock. I don't know if we can find some tickets. We can make that travel tomorrow, and we'll wear our Nebraska gear there.
That's right,
and we'll get mobbed to death. So
probably
not. And then when we come back at the top of the hour, we're gonna play a what if game. Bock, what if TJ Lateef? I'll tell you later. 93.7 The Ticket.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Fall is officially here, and Brown's Shoe Fit has just the right style and comfort your feet deserve. Stop in to see a wide selection of all your favorite brands, including Brooks, Hoka, Echo, Keen, and many more. At Brown's Shoe Fit, they take the time to measure your feet to ensure proper fit. They also have the largest selection of Uggs and Hokas in Lincoln. Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here. Gus Mohawk says, I don't know if AI is lying, but I just looked it up. Nebraska record at the Rose Bowl, it says 0-2, 1941 and 2001. That's kind of crazy with Nebraska rich history in college football that we only played there twice. Is this the actual record?
So I believe they actually played UCLA, if you remember, was that the Bo Pelini, was it 2012? I might be wrong on the
And then
exact
they played
year.
him in 94?
Yeah, I think there's a
And
few
88,
more.
80. I know there's a story that goes around how Steve Taylor set my boy Dana Brinston up and he got crushed on a hit. So we have to look that up. Nebraska versus.
I think it's just when they played at the Rose Bowl. And I don't know if UCLA played at the Rose Bowl in 88 or in the 90s either. I know they did in that 2012 game. But it is something interesting, not just that is something I was worried about last year when it came to the fact that Minnesota beat both USC and UCLA in the first year in the Big Ten. And I thought, well, how long is it going to take Nebraska to beat, both the California teams? Came and went last year. Obviously, disappointing loss to UCLA. Came up short at the Coliseum last year. And now a loss at home to USC. Here's your chance to at least get on the board
AI
against the California team.
AI is a liar.
AI is a liar. That's right.
They played 14 games. I mean, this is I don't know about the Rose Bowl, but they played 14 games, 7-7 tie.
Against UCLA.
First game was 1946. UCLA won 18-0. Last game, UCLA defeated Nebraska 27-20 on November 24th. UCLA is on a one-game winning streak. Recent history, UCLA has won 3 of the last 4 matchups. Largest margin of victory, UCLA 41-21 and 13. Nebraska 42-3 and 84.
Okay. Don't know if they played there in 84 as far as like playing at the Rose Bowl, but because that hasn't always been the home of UCLA, but we'll see. It's kind of hard. AI usually does their job and it's usually off a little bit, to be honest with you. Don't trust it too much.
A lot of bees on Bock. All right, big game this weekend in Iowa, Bock. Iowa versus Oregon, man. A lot of people talk about Oregon matchup against Penn State is not a real match now because of the record that Penn State has, Bock. And it's also upset alert, Bock. What do you think about this game that's going to be played this weekend with Iowa versus Oregon?
Well, it's definitely interesting. They're expecting it to be quite a bit of rain, perhaps coming down tomorrow, especially around game time throughout the game, basically. So that obviously kind of favors Iowa if they can get into it. Kinnick Stadium is a tough place to play. We've seen that over the years. A lot of times, though, you see Iowa definitely give a good game to the favorite, and then the favorite sometimes come out on top. And that's kind of what I expect to happen here too. I mean, Iowa is obviously a pretty darn good resume themselves. You could tease them for not having beaten winning teams, but just the close game with Indiana, I think a lot of people give them credit for. Obviously, steamrolling Minnesota their last time out, but they still have holes. I mean, they're still the Iowa team that can't really pass. They're going to need plays on defense and special teams, and it usually happens. Again, Kirk Herbstreit has predicted Iowa to get the win here. And Iowa is a team that, remember, in the AP poll wasn't ranked coming into the week. Then the college football playoff comes out, and they're a top 20 team. So the college football playoff committee respects them maybe a little bit more than the AP and coaches poll have. But, it's definitely one of those things where most matchups, most of the matchups are going to lean toward Oregon. People are just expecting the kind of ugliness and the weather maybe to impact the game. It's going to be a blackout for Iowa. I think it's going to be a heck of a game, but I do think Oregon comes out on top.
Yeah, Bock, it's going to be a great game. I don't know yet. I'm kind of leaning towards Iowa, man. I've just the last couple of weeks, they just beat Purdue? What team?
Minnesota. 41-3.
41-3. And who was that? They just struggled. Who was that struggle with somebody? Michigan. They struggled with somebody, but I mean,
Oregon only beat Wisconsin by 21-7.
21-7. So that got me kind of worried right there, Bock. And Iowa's been putting up points lately. Still no, and that stat yesterday that we read about 33 games or something, or how many ever 6 games. What was it? 77 games without a 300-yard passer. Yeah. But great defense. Defenses win games, Bock. So I'm still on the fence about that one. I'll tell you when we have our pick'ems here later, though, Bock. But right now, I think I'm leaning towards Iowa a little bit.
So we've got so what it is. The forecast calls for a high of 44 and 100% chance of rain.
Ooh,
so it's definitely going to be raining.
That's going to be favored by Iowa right there. 100% chance.
100% chance. It's raining tomorrow.
Is it raining in Lincoln tomorrow?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
At least not that I've looked. Also, that Kinnick Stadium thing that we talked about, especially hard to play at night. This is a 2:30 kick, so maybe that'll help out Oregon a little bit there. As we know here, if you've been paying attention since daylight saving times in the Midwest, it starts to get pretty dark around 5. So would expect that going again into the second half, or at least by the fourth quarter. Hawkeyes come in at 4-4 at home against top 10 teams since 2016, the third best record among teams that have been in the Big Ten since then. So they definitely have made a name for themselves for jumping up and get the win. However, it is, if you kind of look at the spread tomorrow, I believe it's like 10.5 or something for Oregon. So they still got the favorite there. 6.5, I guess, is where it's at now. So that's not that much.
What is the it's still 2.5 for the UCLA tomorrow?
I think it's 1.5 now for Nebraska. Pretty close to a pick 'em. Which is interesting because
should go. I wonder how much I win if I put like $25 on them.
I don't know. I'm not great at betting. I haven't done too much of that, but I do know they well, up until recently. Okay, this is the Iowa game. What I was looking at. I know Nebraska was actually, so they're not favored in the game, but they are. If you do win probability or matchup predictor on ESPN, they're 68.4 chance to win as opposed to UCLA's 31.6. Yet they come in as a 1.5 point underdog.
I don't believe in those things right there, Bock. I really don't. Billy Bennett says, do you think the fans in Iowa storm the field if they beat Oregon, Bock?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. That's a top 10
team. It's going to be a
team.
messy field.
Yeah. Slipping, falling. I hope Dan Landon doesn't do anything crazy. You know what type of coach he is. But I don't know. That's going to be a good matchup tomorrow, especially with the weather forecast and those guys from Oregon coming way out here to play those guys from Iowa.
It is, and it's weird. I was in the Iowa Stadium a couple weeks ago. It was weird to hear them talk about Oregon coming in, and I think they still have, maybe it was Michigan State, and one of the ladies that was sitting next to me said, it's getting too cold. I might not go to the Michigan State game, but still, I mean, they're ready for this Iowa game. They're ready to go. Like I said, when I went there as well, at least and I haven't been to, I guess, too many Nebraska games. I went to one this year, one home game, and I was all the way up. So I don't know what it's like. I've seen stats that come out this last week that Nebraska's selling more alcohol than anybody. I'm just saying that Iowa game when I went there were shooters everywhere, and it was everybody that was drinking. So that could be the type of crowd you see.
This guy didn't even take he couldn't even get access to everybody, Bock. So how did he just put Nebraska up to the top? You know, did he say he couldn't? He already said that he couldn't get all the schools on there. So
yeah, it was like 21 schools.
And we don't want to be known as the drunkest school in America. You know, we don't. That's not us. We're stand-up fans. So, you know, we don't want to be known for number 1 in alcohol sales, and we're number 80 in the loss column. So, you know, that doesn't match well with Nebraska football.
Not generally, but at least we'll see. Yeah, he's going to have to get a lot more schools. That was just the month of September. But Nebraska on pace to be one of the nation's leading drinkers at the game.
No. Eric says 1-800 bet off Farley. Eric, 1-800 go back to work. You know, go back to work. He said he works construction, Bock, and he must work in the inside because he has all day to text. So I know if my boss caught me texting like he does, you know, it'll be game on. 93.7 the ticket, Bock in the black shirt. When we come back, what if? With TJ Lateef's name in it when we come back here at 93.7 The Ticket.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a few sprinkles possible. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds and breezy conditions with a high near 66. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low around 42. And tomorrow, a chance of showers in the morning, otherwise decreasing clouds and windy, with a high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley.
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Good Sense Friday out here in the Ticket land. If you haven't had a Good Sense sub, you don't know what you're missing, Bock. I ate mine up as soon as they dropped it off, Bock. And guess what? I'm still kind of hungry for another sub.
I don't blame you. I love Good Sense Fridays. I always talk about the pepper bread that they deliver me. It's what I look forward to every week. I always say, if you want to be cool like us, go to Good Sense on a Good Sense Friday. All
right, and in the second for Bock, I want to go over this game I was thinking about. And it says, let's play What If TJ Lateef. What if? Bock, when I say what if, I'm thinking about the good part of what if, not about the bad part when I say the what if. When I mean the good part, what if TJ Lateef leads this team to a 4-0 record, Bock? We got 3 more games, a bowl game, undefeated, throws for at least 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, probably 1 or 2 picks, Bock. Then we go into offseason, Bock. We have a quarterback dilemma. What if?
It certainly is a possibility out there. It would be fun, a fun ride for Nebraska as we close this out. Like you're saying, I mean, you could finish in this scenario with 10 wins, and Obviously, Nebraska would at that time had a lot, have a lot of momentum going in the offseason. The what if there obviously focuses on that quarterback position going into next year, where I think there would definitely be a controversy there. Yeah, it's going to be tough in this day of age to keep a quarterback that would have either one of those resumes, Dylan Raiola or TJ Lateef, on a 4-game winning streak toward the end of the year, and be able to keep both those guys. So I think your what if would be it'd be a little bit of a good thing and a bad thing. But either way, I mean, I think you're a good thing. You're in good hands. It's better to have 2 good quarterbacks than one. It's just hard to keep 2 of them these days.
Yeah, and these days, Bach, when I say that, because I like Lateef, and I like him a lot, because you know what? One thing he does special, he runs. Something we haven't seen in over a year and a half of Nebraska football. We haven't seen that part of a quarterback trying to escape the sacks. And this kid is very good at it. He's very elusive, got great feet, got a great arm. I think having him more like in a bootleg type system, when I say that, play action pass, some couple of quarterback draws, if we can go out there and get them, Bach. I'm very excited to see what this kid can do tomorrow. This is like being in a candy store, Bach, and the world's biggest candy store, and you're in there by yourself. You don't know what you're going to do or what you're going to get. See, this is the really good part of college football, because we've seen this happen before at the University of Washington last year when their quarterback goes down in November. Desmond Williams wins all games, Bach. Wins all the games, wins the quarterback position. I think the other guy transferred, but now he has Washington at 5-2 this year. But TJ Lateef, he's going home. He has to ball out. He had to ball out in California, Bach. His people's going to be there. He probably got 40, 50 tickets for his people to come see him start his first game, and he might have 100 yards rushing, Bach. He's going to be close. If I say anything about TJ Lateef tomorrow, Bach, I would probably say around 200 yards passing, probably 70 to 100 yards rushing, and Nebraska wins. I just don't think that UCLA, I mean, they played good football, but you've beaten 3 teams, but one of them was a struggling Penn State team. You beat some other teams, but Bach, when we talk about playing them, I just think Nebraska should just win this game tomorrow, especially if they rely on Emmett and the legs of TJ. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be the game plan going in. It's interesting because you mentioned maybe throwing for 200 yards. If between the 2 teams, each of them in their last 5 games, they've only got 1 200-yard performance from their quarterback each, right? So Nico Iamaleava, did that against Maryland, 221 against Maryland, like I said. But his other games in the last 5 only threw for $180 against Northwestern, 166 against Penn State, 180 against Michigan State, 113 against Indiana. If you look at the other side for Nebraska, their totals as far as over 200 yards in the last 5 games, only the Maryland game. 260 for Raiola, against Maryland. Kind of interesting that both teams only threw for over 200 against Maryland. But Michigan State, he threw for 194. Minnesota 177. Northwestern 141. Of course, he was injured last week against USC. He threw for 91, and then Lateef came in there and threw for 7. I say all that to say I don't know if this is going to be a huge passing day for either team. They are definitely going to focus more on the ground game from their a little bit unique, right? Nebraska obviously is Emmett Johnson, less unique, I suppose, than a traditional running game. But to your point, how much can TJ Lateef add to that, or maybe open it up? One thing that Emmett hasn't done in this fantastic year is really break off too many big ones. Maybe there's a possibility that he could do that a couple times with the additional threat of TJ Lateef. UCLA's running backs, they have broken a few big ones this year. Iamaleava certainly has a little bit of speed. He can do that himself. And Nebraska's been susceptible to that. I think a big key to this game, as it has been every week, is of course rush defense, but limiting those rush defense, those big plays. I mean, if you're going to give up 180 on the ground, either way, it's going to be tough. But particularly if you give up, 50 and 60-yard rushing touchdowns, that leads directly to points. Nebraska cannot have these big, long touchdown runs against them. Even if you can pull them down at the 10-yard line, whatever it might be, give your defense another chance, make it more difficult to get in there. I think will be a big part of what this game is. But especially, I mean, when you kind of bring up a late example in Washington, this might be a little bit different, but you go all the way back to 2007, Sam Keller injured, about this time in the year. Joe Gans came in and basically broke every Nebraska passing record for a single game. Obviously wasn't able to do that until the next season. Until they had a whole season to do it for single season stats. I don't expect TJ Lateef to have that same type of, stats blowing, coming off left and right. Joe Gans had a huge year there, but he did pretty much grasp and win the starting job with that opportunity. And, you never want to replace somebody due to injury, but that's football. It can happen. And so there's definitely that possibility here. I'm not expecting him to do that necessarily. I don't think Husker fans are. But, it starts tomorrow. If you get win number 1 under your belt, you're a quarter of the way there to what you're saying, the 4-0 into the season. It doesn't even necessarily have to be that. They could, if he could play individually pretty well, even if you go 2-2 or certainly 3-1, there'd be a strong argument there, because as much as Dylan has done a good job kind of quarterbacking the offense, if you will. Of course, he's the quarterback, but that's kind of a nice way of saying, you stop short of saying game manager, right? Because he's had some really good pass plays, some really good passes that he makes, I should say. And then also just the game managing part of that is not taking sacks, and that hasn't been great under Raiola either. But I guess they've leaned more on Emmett Johnson. I expect him to continue doing so, but there's definitely an opportunity to get more out of the quarterback position. Again, I'm not necessarily expecting that. Consider what I saw last week. I think he'll do much better than what we saw last week, but I just don't have that sort of expectation, but it certainly could happen.
I expect it to happen, Bock. I disagree with you on that part. I think this kid is going to do a great job. And the only reason I'm more happy because he's fluent in the hole. He feels the present. He knows when to take off. Hey, Bock, he may be an early thrower. He may be an early looker offer, 1-2, take off. I'm good with that, Bock. That part of it, I'm good with it. I don't want to be 1, 2, 3, look at 4, go back to 1, 2, be sacked. No, if nobody's open, Bock, take off. And I think that's what we're going to see tomorrow, because you expect UCLA to bunch up on Emmett and try to slow him down. They talked about that in their press conference. Their linebacker said, our main job is to control Emmett Smith, dictate the game. You can't dictate the passing game, because this is the different quarterback. You got to, like I say, he got to break containment. He has to keep him on the road. He has to get him in those bootlegs. Mostly play action passes. So I'm looking forward to this kid to have a great game, to start his career off, even though I may say this, Bock, I wish I won't say it, but he's auditioning for something else more in the future when we talk about this right here, because I'm the type of guy I want to play. And when we look at this situation with quarterbacks here in Nebraska, this is not saying it's safe, Bock, but because we have to play him. We can't go with Jimmy Gramstead or nothing, but at the same time, this was a guy I wish we could redshirt.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like you said, people like to play, and I think you're especially right. He's auditioning one way or the other, whether it be for Nebraska starting job next year, or for other people to get tape on him. It's just interesting, with his performance last week, and I was kind of thinking it because he had such a strong start in relief, obviously against lower level teams, but he was like 11-12 with a few touchdowns, whatever it was, against Akron and Houston Christian. Is that I don't know if his NIL value dropped a little bit from playing in that USC game, but now I think you can probably, you certainly have the opportunity to raise it up once again, and so it's fascinating. I do think, and we've talked about it throughout the week, there is a chance for a higher ceiling for this offense. It could maybe unlock a little bit of something, because this offense has kind of, and Dana Holgerson's talked about it, they kind of know what it was, right? Know what it is by this point in the season. A different style of quarterback can make things a little bit different.
I would love to have an up-tempo offense with him, because the kid can take off and run. Hey, get back to the line of scrimmage, run the play. Don't give the defense time to set up. Don't give them a chance to substitute, Bob. Keep the defense on their feet, because now you have a runner in the game. You have a runner, Bock, not a guy who's going to sit back there and take 9 sacks. If he takes sacks tomorrow, Bock, it's because our offensive lines are depleted. We don't have guys, because those guys are hurt. But if he sits back there and that offensive line plays good, Bock, give him time to look, hey, make his quick decision. 1, 2, 3. Never mind. I'm out. But we win this game bigly. And I'm talking about, hey, with the help of Emmett Johnson and him and the receivers, hey, and the good kickoff return teams and punt return teams. And if we play great defense tomorrow, hey, we can win this game by 15, 20 points, Bach. But like I said, it might be a dilemma at the end of the season. Sounds good to me. I'm all on this thing for TJ Lateef tomorrow. I'm cheering for him. Everybody else is cheering for him. Going to be a different Husker team out there tomorrow, Bach.
Let's get this response on the text line because it's making me chuckle a little bit. 402-464-5685. Ben says, if we get into a quarterback dilemma between these two, it's going to be the most toxic offseason in Nebraska history. Certainly could be interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of sit there and just drop back quarterbacks. You have to have some razzle dazzle to me, and hopefully this kid can. I mean, I'm not saying fire Dylan. I mean, obviously he's the quarterback of this team, but I would like a quarterback to put some excitement in this game for us, to make us, to give us those dazzling Bobby Newcomb, Tommy Frazier, Scott Frost, Eric Crouch type runs that we miss. So I just want to see a good game tomorrow.
Yeah, I do too. You did mention one thing though. I'd want to circle back to the depleted offensive line. How big of an issue do you think that is? Especially now with a dual threat quarterback. I agree with you. I think he's going to probably just, ask less of him, make 1 or 2 reads, and find some room to scramble. But it still takes time to make those reads. And this offensive line, it just can't afford another injury. And that's the other thing. I mean, they've just kind of been going throughout this week as if Elijah Pritchett can start at tackle. If he's not 100%, or if something kind of goes awry there early, I mean, they're down to some redshirt freshmen. They had to play Tyler Canuck there, even though he's been repping at guard throughout the week. The tackle position could be a big problem tomorrow if you have any more problems, or like I said, if Elijah Pritchett just isn't at a point to play.
Bach, that's going to be the $1 million question in the offseason right there. When you ask that question about this offensive line, not playing up to expectations this year, not being able to grasp the offense with the blocking part of it, getting Dylan Raiola sacked over 17, 18 times this year. That's probably one of the main topics that's going to be this year. I mean, just after the season, it's been the topic the last 4 weeks with this offensive line. Starting with just the injuries. When you look at it, where are the guys that we recruited the last 2 or 3 years? Why are these guys not ready to play yet? I mean, I know it takes offensive linemen probably a year or two to gain weight and get the blocking scheme down, but we need these guys right now, and we haven't had any word out of them. I mean, you haven't heard word from a Slaughter. You haven't heard the words from the guy who stumps on somebody. I forgot his name, but we've recruited offensive linemen, but we have to get them ready.
Yeah, it's going to be a big week for the offensive line. See if they can hold their own one way or the other. It's changed a little bit. Nebraska's game plan. Of course, we haven't seen the gigantic sack numbers that we saw against Minnesota and Michigan and Michigan State a little bit earlier in the year. They've switched to this Emmett Johnson game plan, which is the right game plan to go to, right? He's one of the nation's leaders in rushing. In fact, the Power 4 nation leader in rushing right now. As long as we're talking offseason, we might as well bring it up because I do think that it factors in a little bit here too with Emmett. We mentioned he's probably going to have a decision to make by the end of the year. Part of that is how much tread is left on the tires for a running back. If you go out when your name is hot, sometimes that could be a good idea. Plus, you get to save all those carries against you before you get to the NFL. If Emmett Johnson looks at it, if Nebraska doesn't add a whole lot in the running back room next year, or you would have the same type of load going next year, that'd be a lot to ask of a guy. So what do you think? I mean, I obviously think you've got to still load him up, give him 30 carries. You can't coach for next year. You got to win for today, right? Win for tomorrow. But it's going to be a lot of carries toward the end of the season, and certainly something he's going to have to think about in the offseason.
Yeah, Bach, we're going to get into more on this game. 5091 says, haven't heard anyone talk today about how the UCLA defense has practiced every day for months now against one of the better dual threat quarterbacks in the conference. Make me think they'll be ready to take on TJ.
That certainly could be. I mean, and it's, I think you got to look at UCLA's side of the things too. Again, Iamaliava is their leading rusher, yet he's only had one game over 128 yards, I should say, against Penn State. They start to run him maybe a little bit more earlier in the season, a little bit less here as of late. I think that's going to be a huge part of the game plan going into this week. So if you kind of just look at his numbers of carries through the first 5 games, he was getting double-digit carries. These last 3 games, averaging 7 in those and not running for more than 28 yards per game. Certainly don't expect to see that next week. You do partially, you game plan for what the defense does poorly, and Nebraska has struggled against dual threat quarterbacks, struggled in the run game in general, but it's wild. And this is, it's crazy to me. Nico Iamaliava was, for good reason, we talked about him just about every segment for 2 weeks, leaving Tennessee and going to UCLA. Who would have thought that by the time the game comes around, he's not the quarterback that we're talking about. We're talking about TJ Lateef, and of course, Dylan Raiola's injury going into this UCLA game. Part of that was more of an expectation that UCLA might be able to benefit from Iamaliava coming in. That did not happen early on in the season. As we know, Deshaun Foster fired. I'm just intrigued by that because he was a big part of the offseason. And when we talked about the UCLA game, it was kind of framed around what kind of impact he would have. Still similar situation. He seems to be their offense's biggest weapon. But we'll see what he can kind of bring here against Nebraska. Again, what version of him are you getting against Indiana? 13 of 27, 113 yards and 2 picks, 7 carries for 28 yards. If you can do that to him, obviously Nebraska will be in a good position. And I'll say this, coming off that passing performance from him, I don't think Nebraska's passing defense is going to struggle too much against Nico Iamaliava because they've just done so darn good against everybody all year. And he doesn't have, I think he's got 1 game over 200 yards against Power 4 opponents this year. So I don't expect number 2 to come tomorrow in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. Well, Bob, I see what he's saying on this question that about UCLA practicing against their quarterback every day for months, but this is a different situation. We're not asking them to stop TJ Lateef because they have to stop Emmett Johnson. So you have to pick your poison, Bob, when you talk about we're going to because first you have to shut down Emmett Johnson, and then here comes the quarterback. So you're in a no-win situation tomorrow when this game do start because you don't know how TJ is going to react to the way that y'all are playing him when y'all are trying to stop Emmett the most.
But it's really interesting. Obviously, too, I mean, that's their goal, right? Coming in, you want to stop Emmett Johnson from running, but they're one of the worst rushing defenses in the nation. They may have gotten better. Again, all you can do at least is look at their last game out where they gave up over 250 yards to Indiana. Indiana can do that to folks, right? I mean, that's one of the best teams in the nation. So it maybe not can be completely fair to compare that, but that is, again, that is our most recent data point. So they knew Indiana was going to go in there and run the ball too. Maybe more of a dual threat offense, if you will, from the Hoosiers, and so maybe a little bit more difficult to kind of dissect. But one way or the other, there's all sorts of interesting factors going into that. One being that they had the bye week. And so you'd think halfway through that bye week, they were preparing for Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
Now in this second half, they've had to adjust that. And then the other thing, I can ask you this, no matter how much you prepare for a mobile quarterback, it's going to be difficult because, I mean, you could try to do the spy thing, right? I mean, there's certain things you can do, but more, I mean, he's generally the unaccounted for.
Yeah. And you can practice against, you can say that they've been practicing against Nico not the whole time because I wouldn't put my number 1 defense against my starting quarterback to get my quarterback hurt for anything. So it's a lot different than when you say it, but we're going to check it out tomorrow here at Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back with the pick'ems. Oh, Dan said, let's get to the picks, fellas, so the text line can go undefeated this week. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Schwieso Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwieso Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwieso.com. That's schwissow.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is that time of the day. It is the best time of the day, Bock, because it's pick'em. Bock is in last place, and he's 64-41. Terrell Farley, myself, that is me. I'm 66-39. Text line is 68-37. 2 games ahead of me, 4 games ahead of Bock. And Kenny, he's a late starter. He's 26-14. And that's all we have.
It does make it interesting, by the way, for the percentages, because Kenny's percentage.
You don't win by percentage, but
he's
you
at
win
65%.
at the end.
Yeah,
you win
sure.
at the end. It's not my fault that he got in the race late. This is between me and the text line, and Kenny is just a participating partner in this game.
All right, well, Kenny, but I do want to let you know you're at 65%, so that is a little bit higher than myself and Terrell. It's tied with the text line.
Bock, we've guessed over 100 games, Bock. This guy's only guessed 40 games.
That's right. Yeah.
Come on, man. Haters gonna hate, Bock.
No, I'm
Haters
just saying
gonna hate.
there's no way you can win because you don't have enough games.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Win percentage.
No. You're not gonna come here and try to do some for Sean stuff and try to make up something. We're not going by winning percentage. We're going by who has the total number of wins.
Okay. All right. This your show, player. This your show.
No, I'm just saying. Great. Better luck next year. You know,
Okay.
you started late. You
right.
can catch Bock, but it takes a line to me gonna be hard.
Bock's gonna catch you.
All right, this is 9-1 finish for me this weekend. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right, as a reminder, text line out there in text country 402-464-5685. The first person to get their pick in will represent the text line, who again is leading our picks this year. So it's been a heck of a year from the text line. Good luck to you guys out there to get your picks in and to continue the dominance. Let's get to this week. We're going to have 2 games on a Friday night. So a busy Friday night here. Let's start off with a group of 5 game Tulane at Memphis. $48 to get in. Memphis, a 3.5-point favorite. I did already pick Memphis early on the Adam Character show, so I'm sticking with it.
I'm going with you, Bock. I'm going with you. You can do all the ooh you want, Bock. I'm going with Bock. Memphis for the win.
I want to see the text line. Who had the text line? Bock, anybody at the text line?
Still waiting for the text line. This is Tulane.
Tulane. And guess what? I'm going with Old Bill and Tulane in this one right here, Bock, because Tulane got, what's that quarterback that was from BYU? Yeah. Tulane, Bock.
All right, good pick. We got a split there so far. Another Friday night game, interesting one. Houston, coming off that loss against West Virginia, lowly West Virginia, now has to travel to Orlando to take on Scott Frost, who just came off 3 points last week, but still expect to be a close game. $22 to get in. Houston favored by 1.5 here.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston. I'm not a believer in Scott Frost. He's let me down so many times that he's not going to let me down a third time this year, Bob.
Not going to let it happen, huh?
Yep, I'm not going to believe in him.
All right, I'm going to go with the Cougs also. Fighting Willie Fritz.
There we go. We also got that again from the text line going with Houston. It's a sweep across the board. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to pick Scott Frost if they really wanted to. Let's get to the big game in the Big 12. Number 7, BYU at number 8, Texas Tech. The Red Raiders, a 10.5-point favorites. If you want to sit at the back of that stadium, $380 to get into AT&T.
How much?
$380.
All right, Bob.
How many shells you think gonna be thrown at that game this weekend?
Tortillas?
None, because they're banned.
Oh no, we're gonna see.
All right.
I think it's still a few of them will be out.
Well,
there.
at least this is not their home stadium, so they might can get away with it.
Yeah. Texas Tech, basically the pick, though, on the text line. They got it in first.
All right, Bob.
I'm going with the Red Raiders, too, Farley. You taking too long, man. You got to do all this commercializing. I'm going with the Red Raiders.
Good job, Coach.
Yeah.
What are you looking at me for, Bob?
Well, it's been a magical season for BYU. They found ways to win. They finally make their match. Texas Tech, I agree, gets the win here.
I disagree with y'all. I tell you, I disagree. I'm going BYU. Their offense is lit. And, hey, just because they're a Mormon school or Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, whatever they say about, I'm going with BYU.
Yeah, Bear Bachmeyer. Watch out for number 47 at quarterback.
All right.
All right, there's a few games this week. We're diving down to the lower ends of the NCAA football just because there are some closer point spreads there. We'll start there with Colorado really struggling against West Virginia. West Virginia, a 6.5-point favorite. It's $45 to get in. Colorado changing their quarterback, changing their offensive coordinator. Will it work this week?
What are they playing at?
At West Virginia.
Yeah, Deion didn't bring his Louis Vuitton stuff with him, so I'm going West Virginia.
I will go with West Virginia also. Boy, you's a fool. Boy, you something else.
We got West Virginia across the board then as the text line also chimes in with West Virginia. I will as well.
5-0. I'm 5-0 right now. I can feel it. I feel it in my bones. Yeah.
Already doing well.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the Big Ten. Maybe close to the bottom, near the bottom of the Big Ten. Maryland at Rutgers, $22 to get in. Again, this is in New Jersey or Piscataway. $22 to get in. Rutgers favored by 2.5. What happened to Maryland since we played them?
I don't know, Buck. One more loss and he's out of there. I heard he's on the ropes right now.
Pretty much. They are on a 4-game losing streak, Maryland is.
Well, I hope they can't, Buck, but I'm not going to make it 5. Let's go Maryland.
Go with Maryland, okay.
Yeah, I'm going with Maryland.
Oh, you're so dramatic, man.
Know.
But I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna go Maryland too, man. You're so dramatic.
Man, this is a tough pick for me. Ethan Kaliak-Manis there is one of the leading passers in the Big Ten. They've got the home game, but Rutgers has struggled themselves. They're 4-5, 1-5 in conference play. Maryland 1-4, so not much better. But I got Maryland.
Come on, text line. Come on, text line. Maryland or Rutgers. Which one? Y'all taking too long. Y'all don't have enough people today.
They're looking it up. I don't think they're expecting this game.
Yeah. Come on, text line. Oh, we're gonna pick him for you. Anybody yet, Bob?
I don't see anybody, and nobody's scouted this game yet. So,
text line scared.
Do a buzzer, or no? We'll just do with the favorite team for the text line here. Ty goes
Maryland.
Maryland. So we did get a Maryland.
Maryland, Ryan P. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, don't be scared to pick.
Top 25 matchup between number 3 Texas A&M at number 22 Missouri. $105 to get in. A&M favored by 6.5. Here we go.
Ooh.
Mizzou already picked on the text line, by the way.
Well, I'm going A&M. I ain't even going to prolong it. I'm going A&M.
I don't think A&M is as good as their undefeated record, but I don't think Missouri is the team to do it. I've heard they're a little bit beat up. I'm going A&M here.
Yeah, I go A&M. Mizzou, they done showed me already.
All
showed
right.
me state.
That could be the Cub skirt. Good luck. A few different texts in for Missouri. That could be the one that gets us this week. And the text line continues their dominance. Let's go to number 9, Oregon at number 20, Iowa. $83 to get in. Oregon favored by 6.5. Kirk Herbstreit's already picking Iowa. I made my pick earlier on in the day, and I went with Oregon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Oregon. I don't trust Kirk. You know, I don't trust him.
Man, y'all making this difficult, man. But yeah, I think Oregon goes in and get the. It's gonna be a hard-fought game, but I think Oregon's gonna pull it out.
There we go. It's a sweep across the board as the text line's first participant said Oregon. There are plenty of Iowas coming in though. Lots of interest in that game, but the first one was picked Oregon. Let's go to a game that was supposed to help impact or be a big impact to decide the ACC this year. Not going to end up being the case, but I'm going to make you guys pick it anyways. Florida State at Clemson. $41 to get into this game. Clemson is favored by 1.5.
Ooh. Let's go Clemson. I'm going to pick Clemson. I'm going to go with Clemson.
Clemson 3-5 coming into this game. Florida State 4-4.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, Bock, I think I'm going to follow him on this one. I'm going to go Clemson also.
There we go. Clemson on both sides. The text line comes in with, looks like Florida State. Was it?
No, they got Clemson.
They got Clemson first. Yeah, just in front of it.
Don't cheat for him, Bob.
Well, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and stick with Tony White, James Williams, all those guys out there. I'm going to go with Florida State to get the victory over Clemson.
Okay, Bob.
Tough year for Dabo. Tough year. Let's go into the depths of the SEC now. Florida at Kentucky. $5 to get into this one. Florida.
$5?
$5.
Oh, my God.
To get into it. Florida, by the way, favored by 3.5.
Florida, the receiver Florida had, he redshirted. The guy who just came back, he redshirted. Man, I want to go with Dardell, but I'll stick with Florida.
All right.
Dang. I see where you were going with that, Farley. I see where you were going with that, and I can't do it either. I'm gonna go with Florida.
I think Kentucky's played people close. I like them. I'm gonna go with Kentucky to get the win here.
Whatever, Bob.
Okay, Bob. Okay, Bob.
That's the worst pick you ever made, Bob.
Let's see if text lines. They've got a Kentucky in here.
Kentucky,
Florida. Kentucky looks like a Florida. Cubsker was the first one to pick Florida there. Let's get to our final game. No reverse psychology here. Nebraska at UCLA, $67 to get in. The Bruins favored by 1.5 at the Rose Bowl.
What you over there eating some food or what?
Nah, I'm just thinking.
Study long, you study wrong.
I'm just saying how long it's gonna take y'all to answer it. Y'all always looking over here at me and worry about if I'm gonna pick first.
On you.
I didn't pick first a couple of times. I haven't heard one of you guys pick first.
All right, I already picked Nebraska earlier in the week. I'll pick Nebraska once again here.
I'm like Farley now. I think I want to go with my gut and go with the Huskers on this one, but I think UCLA gonna play them tough. But you know what I'm gonna do, Farley? I'm gonna pull it Terrell Farley. I'm gonna go Huskers for this one.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So it's Nebraska across the board because the text line also picking all Nebraska leaves it down to Terrell to make his pick here.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my loss every week on picking against Nebraska. Guess what? I'm going with Nebraska.
There we go.
So, TJ Lateef having a good game, 250 yards passing, 88 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Nebraska wins 27-14.
All right, let me write all those predictions down so we can count them as
Please
losses.
please write those down.
Yeah.
Please.
And I'm not changing it.
All right, Kenny, thanks for joining us once again today. Any final thoughts going into the UCLA game tomorrow?
No, I mean, it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think there's going to be a lot of Husker fans out there in attendance, and the guys are going to feed off of that, and that's why I think they're going to pull that victory out. I don't know if it's going to be the score that Farley said, but I think they're going to pull it out.
That's good to hear. We got Nebraska across the board. Thanks everybody on the text line. Thanks again to Kenny for joining us. We'll see you on Tuesday, right?
See you losers Monday.
Well, Tuesday.
I'll see you on Tuesday.
All right, 9-1 for me. 9-1 already. Might be 10-0. Have we ever had a perfect record yet, Bob?
I don't know.
Yeah, we never had a perfect weekend. Never. I think I went 9-1 a couple of times. You went 9-1 a couple of times. I have indeed.
Boy, you something else, boy. You are something else. Boy.
All right, there, Kenny. We'll holler at you Tuesday, K-Dub. 93.
All right, I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back with some special guests in studio when we get back.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at HamiltonIsBusiness.com.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a few sprinkles possible. Otherwise, we'll see decreasing clouds and breezy conditions with a high near 66. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low around 42. And tomorrow, a chance of showers in the morning, otherwise decreasing clouds and windy, with a high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bock, we got some special guests in the studio today. Tell us who it is, Bock.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Spencer joins us here in IRSA Flag Football in town for the weekend. And I'll let Chris kind of break down what this is, what his role is in this, and how to look out for it this weekend.
Thank you so much. So a lot of us have traveled from all over the region. I specifically am representing the University of Colorado Springs. And this tournament is really just about supporting student success. It's realistically a lot of teams from around the country are competing at the University of Nebraska at the campus recreational fields. In 7v7 flag football, some divisions have APA. The cool thing about this tournament is that there's going to be a lot of student level officials. So some young officials that are looking to get into it, looking to get evaluated by some higher level clinicians, some which have done as low as high school and as high as college, potentially even some professional ball, depending on like what regional you're going to. So we're really excited. We got in last night, just making sure that we were trying to be all rested before this weekend starts, because it's a big thing. We have a clinic tonight, and then we're going to really hit the ground running tomorrow.
How different is it from officiating regular high school football from flag football?
It's actually funny that you say that. So I would say they're two different sports.
Mm-hmm.
And even it's funny, more recently, NFHS has adopted flag football as a high school sport now. So it's a varsity level sport, typically for girls' high school flag football. But I mean, it is significantly different. When I've done tackle for about like 6 years now too. And I've also played it. And when you're going there and seeing the guys like really hit hard and trying to decipher like what's going to be a penalty, what's going too far, what's not, flag gets really strict. Like they ain't got pads, so you got to protect them.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's going out, like instead of them pressing on the line, they're not allowed to do that no more, right? Because if somebody gets hit in the nose or something like that, probably bloody nose, somebody gets messed up or all that other good stuff.
Now, this is an Olympic sport now, so how is it important for you to try to get on that level, because you could be official for the Olympics when it comes down there, can it?
Yeah, I mean, there's always opportunity. For the most part, that with the Olympic sport being so new, it's kind of really hard to navigate.
Yeah,
as it stands right now, and there's so many different levels of flag. Like we're talking about this tournament right here, but NFL has really made their own lane with NFL flag and had their youth tournament events, which is something that I was lucky enough to help work in Canton, Ohio over this past summer. And it's really just more so uncharted territory, I would say, for the most of the people that I talk to, but we're all excited for the opportunity nonetheless.
Do you do men's and women's or just men's flag? Is it anything such as a mixed flag football team?
Yeah, I'm glad that you asked. So men's and women's are typically the more common ones. A lot of regional tournaments that NERSA oversees has a co-rec division, and depending on the area that you're at, we couldn't have anywhere from 4 to 10 teams, which those have specifically different rules just to make sure keep everybody involved. But also, other than that, Special Olympics actually has their own divisions as well. 2 separate divisions that are going to be at this tournament are the Unified Division, which are essentially just able-bodied participants participating with individuals with intellectual disabilities on the same team. And then they're traditional, which is more of there's not really that restriction of how many people needed to be on that team. And they do a good job as well as making sure they provide the support for those teams to come and travel. And there's 6 unified teams and 3 of the traditional ones.
Yeah, I seen Midland girls versus Nebraska girls in flag football during the spring game. Those Midland girls were fast. They've been recruited from somewhere. So it lets me know that recruiting for for flag football is off the chain, just like regular football. So you try to get the best athletes you can get on the field.
Yeah, I would say from an NFHS standpoint, they've done a really good job of just trying to keep those opportunities for those girls. I mean, and a lot of the people that I see in Colorado that play flag football, they're either women's lacrosse players or they're soccer players, and now they just have an added sport, and they've really taken it by storm. So it's been good.
And so I've heard you say NERSA. I figured it was an acronym. What is NERSA? What is it? Is that an acronym?
Yes. So realistically, the field that I work in is campus recreation. So that is essentially the governing body. Okay. A long time ago, they used to go by the National Intramural Recreational Sports Association. Now they've just gone kind of by NERSA as just a placeholder name because, it's not necessarily just intramural sports and recreational sports. It's more so the fitness industry too within campus recreation, outdoor adventure as well, aquatics, and a number of different other areas that you wouldn't necessarily really think. So they're all pretty much looped together under this organization.
So I do see, I've got the schedule. So I see, CSU, Pueblo, Marquette. I mean, you got DePaul, just teams from everywhere coming in here. Is there a winner of this tournament? Did they advance to a different stage or what's kind of the goal this weekend, I suppose?
Yeah. So the goal for anybody that wins within their division. So for example, like the men's division, their winner will get an automatic bid to the national tournament that's going to be held in Houston, Texas. This is going to be from January 7th through the 9th. It's usually a very large event where a lot of club teams, a lot of teams that win these regionals will be going to competing and prepare for year by year. We're hoping to send one as well from our tiny little institution at UCCS. So it is definitely a goal.
Now, what kind of surface, grass or turf, y'all mostly play on when you talk about 7-on-7?
It depends. For this weekend, I think there's going to be 2 turf fields and then 3 grass fields.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, depending on the location that you're at, it really varies. For the most part, I see people that have grass just because that's the facilities that they have. If that facility has turf and they're able to use it, then they're going to use that as well. We have our championships for this weekend scheduled in the rec center. I believe it's their practice facility. I could be wrong, but that's all turf as well. So,
all right, Bock, anything else?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, thanks again to Chris Spencer of NERSA Flag Football for jumping in. We're near the end of our show. Just the final question I'd have for you is if people out there say, hey, that's something I'd like to be interested, can people come and watch this weekend?
Absolutely. Yeah, they could definitely go watch. This weekend's going to be at the Campus Recreation Center fields at Fleming and Maple. And I'm not very native to this area, so I don't know. I'm hoping everybody knows where that is. Maybe if you got Google Maps or Apple Maps,
Maple Hall.
Search that in. Maple Fields.
Maple Field, right behind the Maple Hall, probably. I don't know. It's been 30 years since I went inside a dorm room.
Yeah, but look out for that this weekend. Will definitely be exciting, and you can cheer on. I mean, there's some Husker teams in here too. There's Herbie, Blackshirts, different Husker named teams here, so you can cheer on the Huskers, even though the Huskers are away this weekend in UCLA. Thanks again, Chris, for jumping in here with us.
Thank y'all.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket. This is Bock the Blackshirt. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow at the A1 Automotive pregame talk show starting at 5 o'clock. Up next, Austin and Jay Foreman, Old School, 93.7 The Ticket. We are out.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what